So in the 1970s, there's a famous criminal case where a woman was beat to death by her boyfriend. And, unfortunately that happens all the time, right? But the unusual thing about this is that she was beat in the streets, in the middle of a street, an intersection, and it happened over the course of 3 hours. Boyfriend coming back and forth until finally she died. And when the detectives did interviews, the thing that they asked people was, why didn't you get involved? Why didn't someone yell stop or call the police or physically engage? And they said in interviewing over 35 people, the overwhelming response that they received was, I just didn't want to get involved. It seemed messy. And as a father, that just enrages me, especially with a father of two girls. I just want to go back in time and smash that guy's face. But anyway, keep that sentiment in the back of your mind as we talk about another story, the cross. Last Sunday, Palm Sunday, there was this dramatic unfolding at Mass, and that's something obviously if you've grown up Catholic that you've gone to. Since a kid, I remember always getting those palms on Sunday and being excited to have something to fool around with during Mass. And when you get to the gospel, that's where you're like, oh, it's that long gospel. It just goes on and on. But there's all these different parts that are broken out. You have the lines, crucify him, and the deacon and the priest and all this kind of stuff. But the reason why is because the church wants us to figure out what role we play. Because we all play a role in the dramatic unfolding of the Passion of Christ. And so what role do you play? I thought about that a lot, and I thought, I just can't picture myself as one of the torturers, as someone who nailed him to the cross, just because I can't picture doing that to someone. But I also can't picture myself as the faithful, friend at the foot of the cross. So you think, what other group is there? And the largest group, the biggest number of people in that dramatic unfolding are the people that just showed up to watch. That just as Jesus hung naked on the cross and bleeding to death, just stood there and watched. They didn't do anything. They didn't say anything. They didn't do anything. And probably because they didn't want to get involved. A lot like that first story. Maybe it was messy. Maybe it was complicated. But the bottom line is Christ is calling you. How can you get involved? All Lent, we've been talking about what it means to get involved with this Redeemed Online. What does it mean to get involved with Christ? That for some of us, that might have meant something very personal, growing closer to Christ in our personal faith. For some of us, it might have been a challenge to share Christ more with the people around us. But regardless, God on the cross, the scandal is that even Christ hanging there in his nakedness and his brokenness, people spitting in his face, some people, it's just still not enough. It's not enough to get involved. So my question for you today is it enough? Is the cross enough for you to get involved? And how is God asking you to get involved?